Hey guys, Mr. Renoso here, doing a quick little video just to catch those of you up that weren't able to make it to the online meeting that we had today at 1. There were about 11 of you there, so it was about a little over half that weren't. So basically, I'll give you the same information. I'm just not going to, you're not going to have the option to ask questions, obviously. First off, our project that we're working on right now is our money doll, the one that we started at the beginning, or right before this whole thing kind of closed down. I'll post the requirements this weekend. They'll be up by Monday. But basically, the gist of it is you need to have your sketches done. Remember, we had the template laid out, which had the 3 different sides, the left side, right side, and the middle. You're going to have to make sure that you sketch out how it's all going to look. Remember, it's an additive and subtractive sculpture. So we're taking our doll and we're adding to it, or we're cutting away from it. Okay. Sketch it out, make it color, do your best artistic rendering that you can. Take pictures of it and then send it to me, Google Classroom or email, so I can get that recorded, and then you can start working on the rest of your project. If you weren't able to pick up your money doll today, I totally understand. That's fine. I know the administration is going to be handing out Wi-Fi hotspots next week, so I'll email them and see if they can have those dolls ready for you to pick up next week as well. Okay. A couple things with the dolls that you're working on your projects. You can order stuff wherever you want to try to add to your project if you would like. On Amazon, you can get this. This is what I have been using. It's called Super Sculpey. Comes in a little box like this. It says on the back in the directions. You can add it to surfaces and then bake at 275 degrees for 15 minutes. So you can take your character that you're building on, you can mold clay onto it, put the whole entire thing, vinyl, doll and all, into the oven at 275 degrees, bake it for 15 minutes. That will harden the clay, it'll dry it out. And then what you can do is, I would recommend once you're done adding everything to it, you have it all fired, spray it with a primer. I've been using this for a lot of my products I have been doing recently. It's called Kills Original Low Odor Primer. Take it outside, put it on a cardboard box or something like that, but spray it nice and evenly. You don't need to go crazy with it. Just put maybe like 2 coats of light white on it. That'll give it a nice solid eggshell. But then from there, you'll be able to paint acrylic paint or do whatever you want to do color-wise to add onto it. Okay. Remember, the pieces of the doll don't have to be able to move. The legs are already stable, but like the arms and the head, if you would like to glue them in or pull them off and redo them, that's totally fine. It's all up to you. Just make sure that whatever move you do is going to be able to contribute to your doll, because you only get one. Also, if you end up using the Sculpey, I would recommend that you build a couple little things first, fire them in the oven, see what it looks like, and then from there add on to your piece. Before I started this project, there was a person who put their doll in the oven at 375 degrees instead of 275 degrees and ended up melting their doll. So that's not good. Make sure you play with it first. Make sure it does everything you want it to do before you do it on your actual doll. Okay? So with that being said, all of that stuff won't need programs. You don't need Photoshop, Illustrator, or anything else to do that. So for those of you that have had struggles kind of getting that stuff loaded, it's totally fine. This can be done without that. Okay? Last project, paper project. If you weren't able to finish your paper project, I'm also going to try to go to the school and get a box set up that has all of that extra paper in it. If you left it in a drawer or something like that, let me know. Let me know what drawer it was in, or the drawer by your desk, so I can go pull it out, and then I'll have that in the box for you so you can come grab it. If you have the papers with you, more power to you. Just kind of fold those up, finish it, take a video of it from multiple angles, or take pictures of it, send it my way. If you would also, if you didn't ever print it out, just go ahead and print it at home if you have a printer. Just regular paper is fine. I'm not too worried about it. I just want to see that you can actually build the character that you're trying to create. Okay. A lot of you also didn't do the sketches beforehand on that, and that's where it's going to hit you with the grade. So make sure for this next project with the doll, you have all your sketches done, you have it colored, you have it detailed, you have it laid out beforehand, so I can get that, I can give you the grade for it before you start your actual doll. Okay? It should cover the last project, should cover this project. The due date for this project will be in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from Friday. It'll be kind of like college, where it'll be due at 12 o'clock at night, so I'll be get the pictures by that point. The date of that is April 17th. So April 17th at midnight. I'll have to have those in, and you'll have 2 weeks to work on it, however long you want to, whenever you want. Okay, it's all up to you. After that, we will start another project. That project will be a group project, so make sure you are kind of coordinating with some people in your class you want to work with. You'll be doing Google Meets or Zoom Meets or whatever, but you'll be delegating a design project and collaborating from afar to create a final piece, which should be pretty interesting to see how it works here. But I ran through the whole thing. You should be able to do all of it digitally, so we should be all right with that. Final thing is senior projects. I know a lot of you are working on your senior projects, trying to get them done, wrapped up, whatnot. I know something went out. Somebody said that senior projects were canceled. That is incorrect to this point. All of my understanding right now is that ODE, Oregon Department of Education, is going to meet on April 14th or something like that, somewhere around that time, and they're going to try to set out an actual plan of action and how they're going to attack senior graduation requirements, senior project presentation requirements. As of right now, the senior projects are still on. If you were doing a portfolio, no big deal. You're still good. You can still do what you're planning on doing. If you've already gotten something done, that's totally fine. You just got to put together some presentation pieces, photos, stuff like that, and we'll probably end up doing a Google Slides presentation that you can send to me that I can look through. If you were going to sell shirts on campus, not going to happen anymore. So we will have to figure out how you're going to readjust what your project is. But understand too that the whole purpose, especially for me on this whole thing, is that you are learning through this process. So if you're trying to do selling apparel on campus and coronavirus hits, which you obviously can't plan for, that is still part of your senior project. Writing about how you've adjusted something and how, man, this doesn't work now, so I have to do this instead. Still part of your senior project. Still include that, but we do need to adjust our project to be something you can actually get done, you can complete, you can present digitally, and then I will have that presentation along with your paper that you've written or you're going to write, okay? I'll also give you the deadlines and all that stuff once the state releases all that, and we can all get on the same page across the board, okay? So still plan on doing your senior project, still plan on getting all the stuff done, and that should be it for now, okay? If you finish something early and you don't have any other work to do, make sure obviously your core classes are all taken care of, especially you seniors, so you can still work towards our graduation requirements, but have fun playing with the Adobe Suite. We have that to work with, so I've been playing with After Effects. Super fun stuff you can do on After Effects. Premiere, you can do some really fun photo editing things. Also, if you're planning on getting into graphic design in college or at the next level, I would definitely recommend you looking into InDesign, start finding some little fun tutorials on InDesign. That's what I'm doing right now, trying to educate myself and professionally develop myself, so we'll see how it goes, okay? If you have any questions, email me. I will still be available Monday, Wednesday, Friday every week during our open office hours. If you want to stop in and chat, and that's all we got. Roll Tide. Good to see some of you today, and I'll see you all next week.